Hello and welcome to PAXTON ROAD TV. This is the PAXTON ROAD TV preview show for the UECL game. Tottenham Hotspur versus Paços de Ferreira. That is tomorrow, kickoff 7:45. And we are going to go through a bit of a preview along with the news that Harry Kane is staying at Tottenham for the foreseeable future. I'm joined today by special guests in the house, Mike Hotspur Hustler and Sid Spurs. How are we doing, gentlemen? Are we all right?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. One thing sorted at least, so that's good. Mr. Kane staying. So, yeah, that's one. No more Sky Sports listening to crap from Sky Sports News.
Yeah.
There is no more. There is no more. Well, I say that. They're still going to try and spin something. I'm just typing something in here at the same time. Okay. They're still going to try and spin something somehow. You know, maybe they're going to say, oh, Harry Kane's changed his mind on deadline day. Now he wants to go, and there's a bad rush for it. I don't know what there's going to be some ridiculous thing that's going to happen. But anyway, let us deal with the matter in hand. So yes, we have got a game tomorrow, but obviously the news of the game is overshadowed by the events that's transpired today. The statements come out from Harry Kane to say that he's committing his future to Spurs, or at least he's going to be here this summer, so he's not going nowhere this summer. Kane committing his future to Spurs. What does that mean overall for, I guess, the club, for Nuno, and for the player himself? It's an obvious question, an obvious answer. It's a positive thing for the club, but more so the player. Do you think this is now going to see us see the best of Harry Kane, or is it a case of he has to stay because he's got to stay, and maybe we might not see the performances that we saw last season? Sid, I'll come to you first. What do you expect to see from Harry Kane now that he has committed his future? Are we going to see Harry Kane, top goal scorer, top assister as of last season, playing for Spurs this season?
I think now everything, the dust is settled. It's all done and dusted. He's committed his future to Spurs. Whatever happens in the future, not bothered. The fact is, he now he's always officially been a Spurs player, but we don't need to worry about all these outlets, the media, or anything. He's our player. He now needs to starting tomorrow, he needs to get into Spurs mode, start scoring the goals, start getting the assists, have a word with Son and say, right, listen, man, I was top goal scorer, top assist last season. Let's do the same again. Let's just carry on from where we left off last season and let it begin. Let the partnership begin. And you know what? It's a new dawn. It's a new day. And that's it. Let's go for it. You know, business as usual. And I'm expecting business as usual. He's had his holiday. He's had the Euros. He's come back. He's been training. He played 10, 15 minutes the other day. As far as I'm concerned, start him tomorrow and we go. And we go again.
Yeah. I tend to agree with you on that one. Just looking at this comment here from Chizum Shan, and she's spot on with this. And this is what I expect. Sky Sports are still trying to sell Kane in January. That's it. They know he can't do it by the end of the transfer. Ooh, what can we do now? Shit. Yeah. January. We'll do it for January. This is what they're like. It's going to be like this. I still expect there to be a number of questions Kane's going to have to be asked. But Nuno must be happy that at least now he can categorically say he's a Spurs player. He was kind of a little bit elusive. Mike, what's your thoughts on that? Before I play a bit of a clip from when Nuno was asked about that in the press conference. Harry Kane staying, good thing for Spurs, obviously. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think I was quite. My thought process throughout the whole saga was that Kane. I felt Kane would stay anyway. I didn't think he was going to leave. I just didn't see the logistics of how it could all work if City weren't coming in quick enough with the right type of bid. And B, it just didn't leave us enough time for us to find a replacement. I mean, if they came in now with the right money, we haven't got a chance in hell finding a replacement with a week left of any type of quality, because then it's just a domino effect, isn't it? We end up without a class striker. If we go and pick some other striker who we feel could fill Kane's boots, then that club's gonna they're gonna feel the I suppose the pressures of finding another striker, and it's just a domino effect. And clubs are just going to be like, nah, not a chance. So as I say, I always thought Kane would stay. I just didn't see how it all sort of panned together. And if we did sell him and not get another striker in, a season suicide, isn't it? We would never have. We would never have. Well, we would have struggled. There's no way we could have said, well, Son and Scarlett are going to be the only two strikers. We just,
you know what?
But you know what it is? It's total disrespect from Man City, and I hope Kane's got the ounce of brain to realise that these lot have took the biscuit. £75 million with 25 million add-ons. Are you taking the piss? You know, and I hope he's got that ounce of brain to sit there and think, you know what? They weren't serious. They were just trying to put me under pressure and mess up Spurs. Full stop.
Yeah, and also I think it sets.
I was just going to say this. Just going to read this comment out from Zyron, the tester. Kane is trapped. The market next season is not going to be very beneficial for him, and to try and get a move out, Haaland, potentially Mbappe, CR7, all will be up for sale. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he was. I say pushing because we never actually heard any words from Harry Kane to say he wants to leave. He wants to leave. But the body language, I guess the silence was more definite than anything else. He did obviously want to go. And he maybe thought about next season as not going to have that same opportunity. 1 year older, other players becoming available who are younger and possibly better in terms of a long-term replacement. So maybe it was now or never for him. So I'm not quite sure whether or not he will get the same sort of attention from City next season, because there'll be other players that they may go for. What's your thoughts on that?
Go on, I'll let you go first, mate.
Do you know what? Personally, we had this discussion just before the show, didn't we? I did say that them three are going to become available, but at the end of the day, mate, you're as good as how you perform. And if Kane has a wicked season this season, and he's again top goal scorer, and he gets top assists, right?
Yeah.
Mbappe might have a crap season. Haaland might have a crap season. CR7, all right, he's CR7. But even at that age, Kane is still he'll be 29. He'll still be lethal. And like what Mike was saying, we won't get 150. We might get 100. But I still think next season there is potential for him to get a big move. But it won't be 150 million. But I think 100 million. No, but 100 million, maybe 80 million, he'll probably get his move. And you know what? You've just got to go out there now and just show Man City and everybody else, I am Harry Kane. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is my living. I score goals and I create assists.
Thing is, if we get a trophy, if we win anything, will he want to move?
Well, that's the other question, isn't it? Yeah.
If they treat him right, if they pay him, because I'm assuming now that they will probably try and get him to sign an extension potentially. I don't know. They'd have to pay him, and I think Zyron has put that in there. They probably have to pay something like 300k a week to maybe get him to commit any sort of future to Spurs. But I don't even think we need to extend his contract, because if he was to stay for the next 3 years anyway, he's going to be what, 31, 32 potentially. Is that going to be a big move for him? I don't know, but I think we're better off just trying to keep the player for the whole length of his contract. And then if he wants to go on a free in 3 years' time, so be it. Someone's got the washing machine on there. Can hear that? Miss that just in the background. I'm not quite sure. Let's hear what Nuno had to say when asked about, how he felt with Kane committing his future to Spurs.
His shoulders for the last few months.
We are all very happy. One of the best players in the world. So we are all very happy, delighted to have one more option to the season ahead of us.
I like the way Nuno is trying to play it cool. He's one more option. Nuno must have been there like this. Yes. I would have been the same. You know what I mean? You wouldn't just be like, yeah, he's one more option for us this season. Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the world, if not the best. He is going to be absolutely over the moon, because it gives him plenty of options to be able to do things with that front line. You can play two. You can play him and Son up top if you want to play two. Now you can still play a three with Son being on the left-hand side, although I think Son's going to be playing closer to Harry Kane as he did last season. But, yeah, I think Nuno, underneath all that, he's probably
it must be
over the moon. Yeah. Over the moon.
Yeah. Well, you've got Premier League's top goal scorer, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you could argue you've got over 20 goals a season there, haven't you? So you haven't got to worry from that perspective. You just got to worry about creating the chances and defending, really, haven't you?
Yeah.
If there's opportunities that come, Kane and Son are going to take them. So yeah,
he's probably thinking, you know what? I've played 2 games. We've scored 1 goal in each game. We've had good opportunities to score, right? Bergwijn's had a few opportunities. Son's had a few opportunities. But hey ho, Harry Kane's going to be back. He's going to be my main striker. Them chances are going to go in. So what am I worried about? We've won 2 games. We've created chances. And now the top striker in the country is coming back fully fit and ready to rumble.
Yeah.
So
I'm just hoping that maybe, I know we saw a different type of Harry Kane last season, one that was coming back into midfield, one that was picking the ball up, assisting. He tried to do the same thing for England, and I don't think it was the game that I wanted to see him play. And although he did it for Spurs and did it well, I really don't want to see him picking the ball up in midfield and spraying passes. I want to see him as the number 9. I think we've shown that we can create opportunities, although we've limited in terms of the goals that we've scored, but we've had some really good chances to score goals. In the game against Wolves, 6 shots on target each. I know they had like 22 shots in total, but our conversion rate, or in terms of our shot accuracy, was pretty good. So again, if he's in there getting 6 shots on target, potentially we could see more than 1 or 2 goals per game. So it's all positive, good, all positive stuff. Let us get on to the game for tomorrow then. Right, Sid, firstly, a lot of people are not even sure whether they want to watch this game. We'll be better off out of this. Is this a must-win game for you? Do we have to qualify from this game? Or would you just be, it's just the UECL? What's your thoughts on the game?
It's the UECL, yes, but it's a trophy. And you know what? If we were Man City, Man United, Chelsea, and you win trophies every season, then okay, yeah, we're not that bothered. But we are Tottenham. We've not won a trophy for a while, and every cup we enter, we should be entering now to win it. And for me, tomorrow we need to win that game because it gets the momentum going, carrying on, confidence in players, and prime example tomorrow. If Harry Kane bags a hat trick or whatever, that's him up and running again, isn't it? So
exactly,
it's all about confidence and getting the mentality together, and every win just boosts the morale, and the fans are more passionate, and the fans will be, in my opinion, on Sunday against Watford, they'll be well up for it. Not that they weren't against Man City and against Wolves, but the fact that Harry Kane's going to be back as well, I think it's you know what, it's a win-win-win-win situation.
It is. It is. Do you think then that because of the fact that he's now committed, is this a trophy that Nuno is going to take seriously? Because I think he is, because what he said in the press conference, he was very much of the fact that we've got all these players back. It's a game that we must win tomorrow. He was using those sort of words, which means I think he's going to take it seriously. And we'll come to a bit of a predicted lineup in a minute. Would you be, if we weren't to win this game tomorrow and we were to go out, would you be overly disappointed, Mike?
It's one of them, isn't it? I think I would, because it depends on the team we put out as well. I would be disappointed in the fact that we've been knocked out of a cup. I know the cup itself is what it is, but nonetheless, it's still a trophy, and if you're in it, you might as well try and win it. So I'd be disappointed if we got knocked out. I would be disappointed. I think if he plays a stronger team than what he did in the first leg, because I mean what we had was a combination of youngsters, players that are coming back from injury, new signings who needed minutes, and then you've got a couple of stragglers that we're trying to get out of the club. So I think he boobed up quite a bit there. I think it was a big boob just insofar as playing those players. I think he should have gone with a stronger team, got the job done in the first leg, and then perhaps he could have mixed it up a bit in this return leg. But it's a must-win game. Yeah, it is a must-win. Let me get my words out. It is a must-win game. So, I think he'll play a stronger team than what he did. Like, he can't risk playing that team because we just didn't look like scoring. Yeah. And if those players are going to be playing long, high balls to Scarlett, it's just going to be, well, it's like a kid in the candy shop, isn't it? He'd just be running loose and wild. He just won't know what to do. Like, as I say, he looked lost in the first leg just because he wasn't getting the service that he might be accustomed to, especially like during pre-season and stuff. So, yeah. And if you're going to play him, you've got to play to his strengths, and that's putting the ball either over the top or through the playing the through balls for him to latch onto. Or if you're going to put balls into the box, go low and hard and see if he can get something on the end of it. But he ain't going to be playing that hold-up play like you get from Kane and the others who can potentially do that. So if you're going to play him, you've got to play some strengths. But you might see, like, for example, Kane needs minutes, don't he? So you could see maybe a 4-1, 3-2, is it? Or something like that.
Here's one I prepared earlier, Mike, just to leading into this quite nicely. I like that because Sid's the best at leading into stuff. I like that. So I'm trying to do the same now. This is the team I kind of put forward for tomorrow. And it's a bit of a mix. I guess it's a team that I would like to see play because it has a little bit of strength to it. But it's not overly playing some of the players because I don't think we need to make too many changes. We're at home advantage. I don't know how well these guys are going to travel. So I've gone for Galini in goal. I've gone for Doherty at right back, Romero and Dyer as centre back pairings. Rodon is apparently out for tomorrow. He's been confirmed as being out by Nuno today. Ben Davies is left back. I've brought in Højbjerg into the midfield with Winks and Lascelles. So I just think the combination of Winks with John last week, I'm not sure quite worked. With Gil, because he was kind of floating in different areas. I'm not quite sure if it worked. Then I've gone up front. I've gone Gil on the right-hand side, Kane up top, central, and Sessegnon on the left. Again, there's other options in there, but I would like to see Sessegnon get some more minutes. I would definitely like to see Hill get some more minutes, and I would like to see Harry Kane start, just to see what his attitude's like. Given that starting lineup, is there anything in there, Sid, that you think might be different? What's you disagree with, agree with? What's your thoughts on the actual potential lineup for tomorrow?
I think the back five, I think, is spot on. I think last week was a little bit suspect in that. So I think Dyer and Romero, because Romero needs the extra minutes as well to match fitness. Dyer's been quite decent as well. So, that'll be interesting. Davies at left back. Yeah, I mean, we've got no other option. Reguilon's, you don't want to play him. So Davies is probably it. Doherty is the only suspect, even because we're playing Paços de Ferreira. I'm still not convinced by him. For me, and you know what I'm going to say next. The two in the middle, I'm not convinced at all, mate. Apart from Højbjerg, the other two have to have a game of their life, especially at home tomorrow. And I can see if them two don't have a game of their life, number 8's going to get a bashing, and I think Lo Celso's going to start getting a bashing because he's going to have to perform tomorrow. Last week he disappeared in that hole. Sessegnon for me needs to do what he done at Fulham and get into that rhythm, just bombing up and down and getting them shots in, causing havoc, which he did just before we signed him. And then Kane and Hill, you can't, that's fine. Hill had a tremendous game. What I'm really looking forward to is the Hill and Kane, to see how well Hill and Kane, combine together and what kind of partnership they create. Because I think if Son was on the left, them three up top, I would love to see Hill, Kane and Son and see what happens.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what bench he puts out. Obviously, this starting lineup's just a starting lineup. I thought some of the personnel here, I think, needs to play. Winks has committed his future to Spurs by saying he doesn't want to go anywhere. Lo Celso, I want to see him get more minutes because I like him as a player, but I don't think he's proven himself just yet.
No.
Højbjerg is a standard benchmark. Yeah. He's the one that all these players have to try and replicate, and I think Dele Alli's kind of seen the work rate. So for you, Mike, is there anybody in there that you think needs to have a good game if they were to play, or who would you like to see who's not in there that you potentially might want to see tomorrow?
The only thing, so I'm not sure if Romero, the back line, I'd say that I reckon Sanchez might be the one over Dyer. Just gives that bit of pace at the back because Carter Vickers, Romero, and Davis. Yeah, it worries me a little bit. I know we're playing Paços, and they're not good. They're not very good, let's be honest. But between Dyer and Davis, that I don't know the pace.
Yeah,
I don't know. I probably would go with Sanchez over Dyer if he's going to play alongside Davis. And then I look at Davis himself. I know I suppose he needs minutes, but I was thinking maybe Session playing at left back, but and then if you had Session at left back, Hill over at left wing. I don't know. To be fair, the team's fine for me. As like you say, the only change might be Dyer and Sanchez, but the rest of it, I'd probably play the rest of that. Kane needs minutes. Hill needs minutes. Session needs minutes. Yeah. I did see Doherty, and I think he needs minutes and he needs confidence, and this is the type of game where you can get that. Although I do like Pascozzi, and I do think, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to be like, you know what? Take the risk. But
he wants to win that game, though. That's the problem, isn't it?
He does, and I think he's going to start strong, but he's going to have also strength on the bench. I don't think he's going to play the same team that played, obviously, at the weekend.
No,
but I can see there being a little bit more of a spine to it. Galini, I think, will definitely play. And I think he did the press conference today, so that kind of says a lot about the player.
And he should, because
that goal wasn't 100%.
It wasn't his fault. He's more than confident, and I'd feel more than comfortable him playing tomorrow. Yeah. There's no reason why he shouldn't. He's a good keeper. End of.
Carter Vickers, I think the injury probably a bit of a blessing in disguise for us, because now it will get to see Romero alongside somebody who potentially. He could be partnering. So whether that is Sanchez, whether that is Dyer, long term, I think Nuno's going to probably try that tomorrow. Romero looks like he's probably going to start if he's fit, which he's, by all accounts, he said he is. But like I said, it's the fullbacks for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it going to be Aurier? Is it going to be Doherty? Or is it going to be Pascozzi? I don't think it's going to be Yaffert, but
I mean, I wouldn't be too concerned if it was Pascozzi at right back and Session at left back, because they're attacking. I say Pascozzi's not so much attacking as Session, but they're quick fullbacks. And if we're on the front foot, which we should be at home, you'd like to think that those fullbacks are pushing up, putting pressure on the opposition's fullbacks. So, do we need Davis? I don't know. I think he'll play because I think he needs the minutes. But would I put him in there myself? I'd probably put Session there at left back, to be fair.
You know what?
I'd give Aurier right back. I'd give Aurier.
I forgot about Aurier.
Over Doherty.
Yeah, I forgot
about Aurier. The thing is, though, I'm not quite sure whether or not Nuno trusts Aurier more than he trusts Doherty. I know probably as a player, Aurier thinks ahead of Doherty. But I think having managed him for about 4 years, 3 years, whatever it is at Wolves, he probably knows him, knows he can get more out of him. There could be this potential to go to a back three if he wants to get the best out. But I don't see him playing a back three just to accommodate someone like Doherty. It doesn't make any sense to me. No. So I would go with the 4. I would probably keep Ben Davis there. I would play Doherty. But it's up top. Do we have Harry Kane starting? We've got this comment here from Shan again. I think Harry Kane may play the first 60 minutes tomorrow to get minutes in his legs for Sunday, which would make sense.
I totally agree with that. He needs a good hour in him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And you got 20 at the weekend. Give him an hour. Yeah. Let him bag a couple of goals, and hopefully you could bring on Scarlett then to see out the rest of the game. Yeah,
win the game, make it comfortable, and then exactly what Mike's saying, take him off and bring Scarlett on.
And then it's just a case of managing it, isn't it? Just manage the game out and see it through to the final whistle, and then you're into I think it's only this one playoff game, isn't it? And then you're into the league stage, whatever it is. But
sorry, Mike. Let's talk about a player who's playing for under 23s. Markanday is an interesting one, now playing as more of a striker, and those finishes were a bit special. Talking about the under 23s performance that he put in. Is it still 5 subs again this year? I believe
I think so.
Is it 5 in the European competitions? But it's back to 3 in the Premiership. I think it's 5 in the
it's 5 in Euros, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
So again, we are probably gonna see a number of players play tomorrow. However long they play for, we don't really know. Let's get into this last bit of the show then. The favorite part, my favorite part, because I'm brilliant at it. I'm absolutely magnificent at it. Not so good in the Euros so far, but I'm brilliant at it in the Premier League, and that is.
Well, you can't go for 1-0, Mike, because you can't go for 1-0 because then it's not going to happen because we have to win 2-0. We can't win 1-0 to go through, so you can't do 1-0.
You can't do 1-0. So, I tell you what. To be fair to you guys, because I've let you all go, I'm gonna go first on this one, just to prove I'm not just waiting on certain scores. And if I win this one again tomorrow, I tell you what, God help you lot. God help you lot on the reaction show, because I will be singing more than you, Sid. I'll be singing more than you.
I can't wait for that one then.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Spurs. I think they have the opportunity to probably catch us on the counter, which I think they're going to do. They're going to sit back. They are going to try and catch us on the break. They look like they've got enough about them to catch us on the break. And Spurs being Spurs, I know we've kept clean sheets for 2 of the Premier League games, but they showed last week that they can have a bit of a threat up front. They will probably play 2 up top as well. So again, I'm going that we will score the goals. It might not be as comfortable as my score suggests. I think it will probably go later into the game. But 3-1 Spurs, Sam Spurs for life. As he does again, he's going to win this. 3 points in the bag. I'll leave Hotspur to last. Sid, what's your take? What you telling me? What are you telling me?
It depends, doesn't it? If the SAC are playing at the back together, the South American cartel, then nothing's going to get past them. Sanchez and Romero. So between the two of them, mate, I was going to say what you said, Sam, but you know what? I'm going to go with 3-0.
We go. There's a couple of 3-0s in the old chat. 3-0. Yeah. I'm sure you saw that already. You saw that already, didn't you? You're cheap.
No, but you know what? I was going to go 3-1. I was going to go 3-1 before.
I was going to go 3-0.
Yeah.
But it's all right. You can have that one.
What? Yeah. I can't help it. It's not my problem, is it? Sorry, lads. So you're going what? 3-0? 3-0.
Yeah. Actually, do you know what? No, forget that one. Forget that. I'm going to go. Mike, you can have that one. And I'm going to do a Mr. K. 4-1.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
4-1.
4-1. I'm going 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah. Only because we're at home as well. And Kane's going to be back tomorrow. So that's why I'm going 4-1.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Premier Hotspur TV, 3-0, Kane 2 goals there. He's even thinking that Harry Kane's going to have a brace. I think he'll score. If he plays tomorrow, I can't see him not scoring. So, yeah, that could be a good shout. So, Sid has gone 4-1. Sam Spurs for life, 3-1. The Hustler. What are you saying, the Hustler?
I was going to go 3-0, but Sid's put it down on that one. So... What I am thinking is if we do go out with a strong lineup, I'm going on the basis of going on a strong lineup here and Kane's playing. I'm going 4-0.
4-0.
Jeez.
I don't think we're going to concede. If we've got the South American cartel and they're lumping parcels up to Kane, and he's going to deliver, mate. He's going to deliver.
That's right. Forget DHL. They're gonna deliver.
Do you?
Before
you answer this next part, I'm going to say something there. Because they played, I think they played 3 at the back last week, didn't they? The opposition Paços, because they played 2 up top. If we potentially match up and go 3 and play 2 up top ourselves, would there be a case for maybe Dane Scarlett starting alongside Harry Kane if Harry Kane was to start? Would you see that as a possibility?
Yeah, why not? Strong possibility. I think if they go 2 up top. If Kane plays, I could see Kane and Scarlett up top. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you've got a rookie starting off against one of the world's best strikers. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? And Scarlett will be buzzing because he'll be like, okay, I'm with Kane here. So, why not? I can see that happening.
It'd be interesting to see how they'd work as well.
It's an interesting
that is interesting.
Although it does depend on how I think Nuno is going to play going forward. I'm not sure they're going to play 2 going forward long term, but there might be one-off games where you need to play a 3-5-2, maybe a 3-4-3 or 3-4-1-2. So there is a potential that he might want to see it. And there's no better game than a game at home against, no disrespect to Paços now, they are Portuguese team, 5th in the league last year. The Portuguese league isn't the same as the Prem. We should be on our own home pitch with the players that we got beating this lot all day.
It's a bigger pitch as well, isn't it? I mean, what they could do, what Nuno could do is just play 4, just 1 sat in front of them, then the 3 in front of that 1, and then the 2 up top.
Yeah, he could do a 4-1-3-2. Yeah, he could possibly do that. There's definitely different options that you could do. I'm just going to read out the scores again for those, because like I said, got to let people know that I am the best at this. So I want everybody to know. So Sam Spurs for Life has gone 3-1. Sid's gone 4-1, and the Hustler's gone 4-0. We've gone big. We did this for the which game was it? We did this last week. Remember, we was all doing this last week. We were saying 3s and 4s, no problems. And what happened? We lost. I don't expect that to be the case tomorrow. No. But I think
I'm a bit nervous putting it out there 4-0.
Yeah, but then, do you know what it is? I think they're going to be so defensively minded that we are going to have to break them down. And that's going to be the problem. Until we get that goal, it's always going to be a bit nervy. What was you going to say, Mike?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going on the basis that we're going with a stronger team than what we put out first leg. I mean, if he puts out a team that he did in the first leg, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight.
Mate, I tell you what, Sam, if the team comes out an hour before and it's the same team as last week, can we come back and do a score prediction? Because them 4-1s and 3-1s and 4-0
yeah, that ain't happening.
That's not happening. If he plays the same team as last week, then we're definitely not getting them 3s and 4s. No way. But as I said, just judging by how Nuno was in the press conference, he seemed, and the words he was using was it's a must-win, sort of that sort of rhetoric was happening here. And I think the fact that we've now got the added bonus of Harry Kane committing his future, everybody's going to be up for it. I think Harry Kane has got something to prove. Well, no, that's wrong. He hasn't got anything to prove. What I think he's got to do is just to show us that he's still committed to Spurs. So in this type of game, where you would not expect him to play, if he does perform, comes out and performs, that shows me that he's on it. So I want to see him play just for that reason. We got a comment here from Moljo, if that's pronounced right. They won't score, Sid. You should have stayed with nil.
But we said that last week they won't score, and they did. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean? Derek Anstey saying Kane got to do better in big games. Then we may win a cup is what I think he's going to say at the end of that there. Yeah, there's opportunities. There's always been opportunities to win trophies. As Derek is probably pointing out, in the big games, certain players haven't turned up. Let's hope now that Nuno can inspire these guys, along with the Harry Kane inspiration, maybe 1 or 2 more players in the window. Yeah, we could be, Darius was saying top 4. I'm like, hold on a minute, steady now, steady. I think we can definitely win something. But top 4 is going to be
time, innit?
Top 4 is going to be a tough ask. It really is. But if we get 1 or 2 more players in, who knows? Final thoughts, gentlemen. Are you looking forward to the game tomorrow? Happy with what we've seen in terms of Harry Kane, Sid?
Yeah. The fact that he's, like I said at the beginning, the fact that he's come out now and said he's staying, whether he's been forced to stay or whether he wants to stay, we'll never know. But at the end of the day now, he's going to be wearing that white shirt with the Spurs badge on it. And you know what? Good game to start tomorrow. Come back and just do your business. Carry on as normal. And everyone will forget it. Come Sunday, he's one of our own, Harry Kane. He'll be back to normal. So, you know what?
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Exactly.
I think we're going to see a number of little tweets coming out and stuff like that. And, you know what I mean? I think we'll see that from now on, just to re-engage with the fans. Mike, what's your final thoughts for the Harry Kane and obviously the game for tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, if Kane plays, then he just needs to remind everyone that he is a top striker. I know he doesn't have to, but just for the intents and purposes of any of those doubting him, he just do the business, get us through to the knockout stage. It was not knockout stages, sorry, the group stages, and yeah, we can sort of tackle that group stage accordingly, and hopefully we won't need so many of the big guns to I don't know, to bail the team out as such. I mean, we should have really and truly put this game to bed in the first leg, but I think Nuno myself underestimated Paços a little bit, and making 11 changes. Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? But
I suspect you'll see one or two players who played on Sunday play tomorrow. I cannot see 11 changes.
Nah. And also, I mean, any of those big players that are coming in, 60 minutes, give them an hour. That's more than enough.
Win the game for us. Win the game.
Yeah, get the game done. If the game's done at half time, and I don't expect them to turn out in the second half, or if they do, it's only literally for an extra 5-10 minutes, and then that's it. Hook them off.
100%.
And then maybe after the game, we can all sing, "Guess who's back? Back again. Harry's back. Harry's back. Guess who's back?"
We did that for Dele Alli as well. Did we not do that same song for Dele Alli? Guess who's back? Dele, guess who's back? We might have to do the same thing for bloody Sanchez and Dyer as well, because they're back. I don't know how we got them back, but they are back. Yeah, Jesus Christ, they're back. Yeah, a couple more comments coming up here. So, Sean, let's get the tie over and done with. Come on, you Spurs. What a great way to end the show. Thank you, Sean.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ricky. Rest of the people in the house watching. Shout out to Derek Hutchinson, Derek Anstey as well there. Monjo, I think I pronounced that right. I don't know if I have. Premier Hotspur TV, Simon. Cheese Room Shan, good to see you in here. Phil Ambrose as well. Stuart Harris. Yeah, we've got quite a few people. Zyron the Tester. Thank you all for your comments. Please hit that like button. We've had over 40 people. We've still got people watching now. Please hit that like button. Mr. Briscoe, loving it, guys. Sorry being busy, missed it. He was on yesterday. Big up to David J. Briscoe. Thank you for joining in. Come on, you Spurs. That's all I've got to say. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, I think that is it. We've done enough. But please, like, subscribe, share, comment, all the rest of that stuff. Look out for, as well as this, we've got the reaction show tomorrow.
Yeah. We
have the preview show for the game against Watford on Saturday. We have the lineup show coming up with Darius 3K. I think he's doing that Saturday as well. And also Sid Spurs Friday. I didn't forget. Listen, that's the highlight. I was leaving that till last. All right. So reaction show for Watford on Sunday. And of course, Sid says on Fridays, he's probably going to be telling us that CR7 is still coming to Spurs, and we put a bid in for Mbappe as well. I don't know what's going to happen with that show. Who knows? But no, that should be good. Looking forward to that. Mike, Sid, as always, a pleasure to be on the show with you guys. See you guys later.
Sid.